Good morning, my loves. How y'all doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Lucy Ann Angoya, and as always, I'm super happy and excited to have you guys. If you're a new subscriber, I'm so grateful to you guys. You're so welcome here. But then, guys, we already reached the 400 mark, and it's 400 plus. I'm so grateful for all the new subscribers and to my loyal subscribers who've been faithful from day one. So many kisses for you guys. I'm so grateful for you guys, and continue sharing my videos, continue liking, commenting, yeah, and remember, good vibes always. This channel is all about good vibes always. So yeah, so today I have something interesting that I'd like to share with you guys. By the way, if you've not checked out my last vlog, my solo trip to Zanzibar, you should definitely go and check it out before you come to this vlog. Go ahead and check it out before you come to this. Or alternatively, you can also check this out so you learn a few things, then go check that out also later on. So today we're going to discuss about something interesting. I'm going to share with you guys about 15 do's and don'ts when you're going to Zanzibar. Yeah, so take a notebook, take a pen, or you'll come back to this video and refer if you're planning to go Zanzibar, and learn one or two things that you should keep in mind when you're going to Zanzibar. So my first point is that you should definitely get a yellow fever certificate. For you to get a yellow fever certificate, you have to go to the hospital, probably a government hospital or a public hospital. They do that vaccination at a cheaper fee, which goes for 1,500 shillings. Yeah, then once you've done the vaccine, you get to have your certificate like the same day. And if you're going to a public hospital, you should go there at least early in the morning, so that you wait for other people to come, because you guys should be at least 10 people before the vaccination is done. Because I was being told that they didn't have the single doses, so for their doses it's for 10 people, because I was told that like the vaccine, once it's opened, they can't like push it to the next day because it goes bad. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, that's what I was told. So if you'd like to get your yellow fever vaccination, make sure you go there at least earlier on in time, so that you have your yellow fever vaccination done as you purpose to travel to Zanzibar. And something interesting is also that this vaccination, once you've done it once, it's a lifelong thing. You'll never do it again, and then you'll use that certificate throughout your traveling experiences for those countries that you're expected to have it before you travel. So that is one point that you should keep in mind. Another point is you should change your cash at the border. You see, it's at the border that you'll have your passport stamped. If you don't have a passport, by the way, you can also get a temporary passport in the e-citizen, which goes for, I'm not so sure, I think 350 shillings. Yeah, so yeah, it's at the border that you'll have your passport stamped. So it's at the same border that there's a shop where you can change your currency from Kenya shillings to Tanzania shillings, and there's also a screen that shows the rates. And then it's also at the same border that you'll get like legit cash. Kindly don't accept cash from other people, because you see, you won't be sure whether this cash is real. If you like, that is if you don't know how to check how legit this cash is. The safest place to change is at the border. If not at the border, you can also like withdraw cash from the ATM machines in Dar es Salaam or Zanzibar once you've arrived there. But then of course you have to check on the rates, because you see the Tanzanian shillings, it's not the same as the Kenyan shillings. So yeah, either at the border or withdraw from the ATM or the bank, or alternatively you can also withdraw from the wakalas. Wakala, it's the agent there in Tanzania or Zanzibar. Yeah, those are the three safest places I'd recommend you to change your currency. Kindly don't accept cash from any person unless you just want to, or unless you know how to check like real cash. Be warned. Another point is to pre-book your hotel, hostel, or Airbnb. And once you've booked, if possible, kindly make your payment once you arrived at the premise. This is because you're not so sure of where you're going to stay, and you're also not sure whether you like the accommodation of that place. So it won't be safe for you to make like a full payment. Maybe let's say, like, maybe if you're planning to stay there for a whole week, it won't be safe for you to make a 7-day payment for a stay that you're not so sure whether you'd like, or even if it's for 2 nights, you might not like it. So if it's possible, make your payment at the premise. Yeah, that's much safer and it's better. Ensure like you have a different bank account. Like in my case, I do have a different bank account, where that's where I put payments for my subscriptions and any deductions, maybe like if I'd like to pre-book, because some hotels require you to pre-book before you visit the place. So in order for that to be possible, kindly make sure that you withdraw cash from maybe your main account, then deposit it into this other account, such that deductions can be done in that account. Another good thing with this other account, it doesn't have to have like too much money. Maybe let's say like pesa tu kidogo tu, such that even if the deductions are to be done, like not much money will be deducted, or no money at all will be deducted, you see, and that it will be safer for you. Just in case you don't like the accommodation that you booked, you'll be safer. Maybe you'll just make a 1-day payment, or depending on your agreement with your hosts. That is something else I'd like to recommend. Yeah, so make sure you pre-book. You're also pre-booking so that you're not stranded once you get to this new country. Probably if you don't know people around there, but then if you know people, or you're going to stay with relatives or friends, well and good. This is for those people who don't know anyone and they'd like to travel. Yeah, make sure you pre-book, and once you've pre-booked, if possible, make your payment at the premise. Don't make the payment before you get to the premises. Yeah, those are 2 important points. Another point is if you're going to stay in Zanzibar for long, I'd recommend you to like don't book your whole accommodation in one place. Once you get to Zanzibar, explore, meet friends, talk to people, explore other accommodation facilities. You may even get better rates, maybe discounted rates, or you may even get more comfortable or the best hostels or hotels as you explore. So when I was going to Zanzibar, I had already like pre-booked my hotel, and I even made my payment to where I was staying. But then when I was exploring, when I went to Nungwi, I bumped into these lovely ladies who were just vibes. They were staying in Nungwi, and once I interacted with them, I talked to them, I was just wishing that I would have cancelled my booking or not made a full payment at the Stone Town where I was staying, and instead like moved to Nungwi, maybe check in one of the hotels around there, just to vibe with good energy, good vibe, positive energy, Yeah, so if you're going to stay in Zanzibar for long, kindly don't make a full booking in one premise. Explore. Yeah, that's also important. Another thing is to, you see, when you're traveling from Dar es Salaam to Zanzibar, if you're going by the ferry, there are 2 options. You can either go by ferry or you can go by flight. So in case you're going by ferry, note this carefully. Kindly book your tickets at the ferry office. I'll repeat once again. Kindly book your tickets at the ferry office. You'll find that at the ferry area, there are so many people there who will want to convince you that they'll book for you, etc., at a discounted rate. Don't listen to those people, because you don't want to risk having your, you don't want to risk to not traveling or having your money just going like that or being conned. The legit place that you should make your booking is at the office. There will be people around who will try to convince you that you'll get a better rate, a discounted rate, etc. Don't listen, guys. Just go make your booking at the office. Yeah, so for East African travelers and other travelers, it's $30 in Tanzania shillings. That is around 78,000 Tanzanian shillings. Yeah, then for the Tanzanian citizens, it's around $15, I guess. Then for the VIP or the business class, it's around $35 if I'm not wrong. I'll share with you the rates right here. Check it out. So that's so important. Make sure you make your booking at the ferry office and not to those people that you might find around the offices, like lingering around, or they may convince you. Don't get into that temptation. Another important point is to at least arrive at the ferry 30 minutes before time. They do say at least an hour before time, but at least 30 minutes before time. This is for you to like be there in time, so that, because like the time that is written in your ticket, if it's 4 p.m, if it's 2 p.m, if it's 12 p.m, it's at that time that the boat, is it the boat or the ferry, leaves at that point, like at that time. So you should be there in time so that you make the queue, your tickets are checked, and you get into the ferry in good time. Yeah, you don't want to have your ferry leaving you and then you have to prepare. I don't know whether they allow like different timings, like you can use the same ticket for another day, I don't know, but you don't want to lose your cash just like that. It's something that you can avoid. Yeah, so make sure that when you're booking, you book at a time that you know it's appropriate for you. You'll be ready by that time, just to be safe and not sorry. Something else is that you should plan out your activities before you travel. Let's say if you're planning to have different excursions, like in my case, I went to Prison Island, I went to Nakupenda Island, I went to the Stone Slave Town tour was 11,500 Tanzanian shilling. In Kenya shillings, that is 698 shillings. And also going to the Nungwi area was 20,000 20,000 Tanzania shillings. In Kenya shillings, that is 1,214, so a rough estimation of 1,200. And going to the Stone Town, the Prison Island and Nakupenda Island was 100,000 Tanzania shillings. To Kenya shillings, that is 6,074. So a rough estimation of 6,100 Kenya shillings going to both Nakupenda Island and Prison Island. Yep, so that was it, guys, and I had super amazing time. I enjoyed every bit of Zanzibar. Zanzibar is beautiful, Zanzibar is clean. People there are so friendly, they are so accommodating, and I super loved my stay. I loved my activities and everything. Oh, one important thing also, check on the good days that you can travel in. You can travel to Zanzibar. The best months to travel are from June to October. Yeah, because the weather is good at that time, and also the rates are great. In my case, I traveled in November and it was raining so heavily. Actually, in every activity that I was going or planning to go, I was just crossing my fingers hoping that day won't rain much. Thank God, God listened to me. In as much as it rained, it wasn't like raining like throughout the actual day of the activity. Yeah, so make sure you travel between June, I believe June to October. If not those months, I'll reconfirm and share down here on the best months to travel to Zanzibar. Something else, if you're seasick, you can pre-book your flights from Dar es Salaam to Zanzibar. It's a shorter duration. I think, is it 30 minutes or so? But to go with the ferry, it takes 1 hour and 45 minutes. So if you're seasick, you can do a flight. And if you would like to get a discounted rate, you can pre-book your flight in time. Yeah, like before the actual date of traveling, so that you get a discounted rate. In my case, yeah, I went with the ferry, and during that journey thing, I felt like I was nauseous. At some point I felt like puking, but thank God I had not consumed like food before boarding the ferry, so that helped. Because at some point I was just feeling like nauseated and kizunguzungu. Yeah, so I actually even said that the next time I'm going to Zanzibar, I'll definitely like book a flight from Dar es Salaam to Zanzibar, or maybe a direct flight from here to Zanzibar, from Mombasa to Zanzibar. Yeah, so that is, if you're seasick, you might get this, and if you know that you're seasick, you can avoid it by getting a flight. Yeah, so that is that. Then we also have another point, is that you should confirm your transport rates for the activities that you're planning to have there. Like, don't just be convinced by one person. Let's say that if you're told that the activities will take like 200,000 Tanzania shillings, you're convinced and that's it. No, confirm with other people, talk to people, ask around, maybe how you can get discounted rates on the activity so that you save a coin or two that you may also use in other activities, you know. Yeah, so that is also something that you should keep in mind. Confirm the transport rates also with the local residents as you're exploring. Also talk to people, yeah, so that you confirm about the rates, maybe the transport rates, maybe if you're using the daladala, and also if you're using the tuk-tuk, and also if you're using the motorbike, maybe from one point to another. If they notice that you're new, they'll con you, yeah, like they'll double charge you or even triple charge you. At some point I was actually double charged, only for me to come later on to realize, like a distance from maybe where the bank is where I went to withdraw cash to my hotel, like they were double charging me instead of, you know, because I didn't know. But then once you've confirmed maybe with your local residents around or the hotel that you're staying, just confirm, ask from this point to this point, how much is it, an estimation, such that even if they con you, it's not so much like being double charged or triple charged. Yeah, that's important. And another point is that you should be friendly and interact with people. Don't be reserved. Network, share ideas, share contacts, talk to people, guys. This is especially for my solo travelers like myself. It's me talking to people that really helped me, because it's by talking to people that I was able to get like people taking pictures of me, people taking videos of me. Yeah, otherwise if I'll just be reserved, there's no way I would have done everything by myself. Yeah, so you should talk to people, be friendly to people, be kind to people, and also just smile. Yeah, smile to people. Like, once you smile, it shows that you're friendly, it's easier for people to approach you. Be approachable. Don't just go there and be gloomy and be frowning, etc, etc, etc. Be friendly to people. It's also when you're friendly that people will be like ready to help you out. Like in my case, if you've not watched my last vlog, go ahead and check it out. At some point, the actual day that I arrived in Dar es Salaam, I tried to change my what is it called, my line from Kenya to Tanzania, but then it wasn't going through. We tried it like thrice, it wasn't going through. I did the thing the following day, it wasn't going through. But there was this manager who was so kind, who was so helpful. Who, imagine, he had 2 cards, so he just helped me with one of his cards that I was using there. Because once you get to Tanzania, of course, the network, the Kenyan, there'll be a disconnection of network because you see you're in another country, so you definitely have to get their line. So thanks to this guy, he was able to help me. And how did he help me? By me talking, just saying, hey, by the way, this and this happened, I wasn't able to like change or renew my line, etc, etc. He was kind enough, imagine, to give me his line. So it's his line that I was using for me to be connected to the internet, connected to the network. Yeah, otherwise if I would have just like been reserved and just shut up, I'll be disconnected throughout my traveling experience. And you see, I need to get contacts even to talk to people while I'm doing these activities, compare rates, talk to people. Yeah, so it's important. Network, talk to people, be friendly, be kind, and also if possible, have some loose cash that you can tip people. Tip the waiters or the waitresses of the places that you're going to like have your meals, or people who are just kind to you, others who show you around just willingly. If possible, you can tip them. Yeah, yeah, tipping is great, and it also makes someone to feel good, you know. Yeah. Another thing is to if possible, you can plan for your activities with a group of people, especially if you're a solo traveler, like in my case. Yeah, In my case, yeah, in as much as I was confirming rates etc, you'll find that as a solo traveler it's quite expensive traveling on your own, most especially if you're to do these activities from one place to another. It's a little bit costly compared to if you're going there like 2 people or as a group. Yeah, so in my case, with me through talking, I was able to like get into about, you see, like my trip from Stone Town to Nakupenda and prison. I spoke to my host at the hotel that I was staying, and he connected me to this person who was very helpful and connected me to a group of people who were also going to the same place. So I was just on my own as a solo traveler, but that group, there were like 5 couples. I got in there, I was the 5th, and I got a discounted rate. Yeah, so it's important to interact with people. It's also important to, if possible, be in a group so that you get discounted rates. Yeah, it won't be quite expensive, unlike if you're in a group. Something else is that you should pre-book your transport or fare earlier to avoid overspending or being stranded. You should like pre-book such that you don't overspend or be stranded, and you even don't get like enough cash for you to come back to either Nairobi or Mombasa or wherever if you're from other countries. Yeah, so book in time. Either book round trip if you're going by flights, or book once you fika, book the day that you'll be coming back to avoid us overspending and also not to be stranded. And also, if possible, if you can book the ferry earlier, well and good. Yeah, but also this also depends with where you're staying. If you're staying too far from the ferry, you can book like on that day that you arrive, you can book on that day, or wait for some few days, then see once you're sure on which day you'll be coming back, do so. About the activities, I told you guys that you can also confirm about the activities with the local residents. You can also confirm with the staff, because you see most staff, of course, they live around, so of course they know a lot of activities that you can get at a discounted rate. Yeah, so also confirm the same with the staff, maybe at the hotel that you're staying, besides the local residents. Another important point, which is the last point, is that you should research on the culture and tradition of the place that you're staying. If it's Nungwi, if it's Stone Town, etc, etc. As we all know that Zanzibar is a place with most people that stay there are Arabs and Muslims, and you know that they have a reserved culture, and their culture is reserved, and of course they like people dressing up appropriately, such that whenever you're walking, wherever you're going to, you're dressed up appropriately. So this is also something that you should consider. And this doesn't mean that you wear long dresses or the deras. No, just be decently dressed. Maybe if you're to wear shorts, you can use your shorts at the beach area or at the swimming area, that's fine. But then if you're walking along the streets, if you're going maybe to buy food or interacting with other people, at least ensure that you pack good clothes that are presentable, that won't I don't know, look awkward for their culture and their traditions. Yeah, because they are Muslims and it's an Arab culture in Zanzibar. So those are the do's and don'ts that I had in mind, and I wanted to share with you guys for one person or 2 people or a group that is planning to go to Zanzibar. Share with me your experiences when you go to Zanzibar. Let me know if this video was helpful, and guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and drop down your comments. If you have any questions, let me know. That's it for now, guys. Wishing you a lovely day. I'm wishing you a fantastic week, and I'm wishing you all the goodness, all the abundance, all the joy, everything nice, everything good. Do have a lovely time, guys. Remember, good vibes always, positive energy always, and take care of yourself, guys. Mwah. Bye, guys.